wait to hear more from the DOJ. We're trying to understand how its investigation led to this FBI raid. So joining us now, former U.S. Attorney and Deputy Assistant Attorney General Harry Littman. Mr. Littman, thank you so much for being with us.
Good to be here.
All right, so we just heard those reports. Walk us through how did we get here? What legal steps had to be taken to ultimately greenlight a raid on a former U.S. president's home?
Well, there are the standard steps and then some additional ones here. The standard steps is a presentation to a neutral magistrate of evidence that gives you probable cause to believe that in Mar-a-Lago there would be fruits or evidence of a crime. And you'd had a detailed affidavit where an FBI agent says, here's the story. Now, everyone understands this is the former president. There's no previous rule book. And so in addition, you would have just had fly specking and precision to the nth degree because the department would have to have been certain that this was bulletproof. They kept it very close hold, didn't tell not just the White House, but also very few people in the department knew. And so I think we can be confident that in addition to the standard play, they were also very, very certain both that they would be able to show probable cause and that they would give details of why they thought there's evidence of a crime at Mar-a-Lago.
All right, Harris, obviously we don't know what was in that detailed affidavit that you mentioned there, but based on everything that you know, how much evidence, just how much are we talking about, do investigators need to even conduct this type of raid?
Well, I mean, we know how much evidence they took away. There was something like 100 pages of documents of what was there, and several of those included classified. What they need, the sort of threshold, Nichole, is just to show probable cause. It could be a single document that shows probable cause to believe that there's evidence of a crime there. But the more there is, and remember, they've been there before and they've gone back and forth and not been able to get all the documents back, they had a pretty good idea. So it may be, in fact, really volumes of possible evidence, and that probably would have been detailed in the affidavit.
So, Harry, we were just looking at a picture there of agents carrying out those boxes. So, when will we know what was collected? Will we ever know what they took?
Almost certainly. The Department of Justice won't tell you until it's public. That is, they'll speak in court. But if it ever goes to a trial, you'll see that very piece of paper, or even before then. But they've left Trump, they've left the president, who's complaining bitterly about it, as you've noted, with a list of just what they took. He could come before cameras and show it tomorrow, and given his sort of difficulty, no matter what lawyers tell him, talking out of school, I think he probably will.
All right, we will certainly wait to see what happens. Mr. Harry Littman, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.